And welcome everyone for today's stream. This time without the green screen because screw that one. It just didn't want to work properly, so we're doing it without now. Hope you guys are fine with that. It's gonna get dark in the background soon, don't worry about that. But yeah, regardless of that, we're back with Serenity, as you can see right down there, with the logo. Today, we're not following Serenity specifically, though, but we are assigned to their match first. Of course, if they keep winning, we will. But we are set to brackets again, which is fantastic. And yeah, let's talk about that. So, let me bring up the assistant again, like usual. Alright, there we go. So, we have WNRS and Zenith top here with Shadow put forward. FE207, who did manage to take a game of Endgame yesterday, versus Drink. Loka, one of the two Loka teams. Loka, the only clan with two here. Versus Evico. ASP versus Raid, which is actually streamed by Fujit. So if you want to check that out, he will be following them up until the finals. We also now have Aminat finally joining us in the streaming. She is going to be following Reckon versus LGR. Yep, just making sure. Also going back through the finals. Reiti versus Vale. Oh, sorry. S1A versus Tesseract. Reiti versus Whale. I can't talk. Being streamed by Jack. Going all the way through the finals. As usual, we're following brackets, which is quite nice. So, you know, you have a lot of different games. We can watch a lot of different perspectives. The earliest we're going to have streamers meet is here with Fujin and Aminat. Then Kraken, who played a great game against IW yesterday. That was fantastic to watch. I definitely recommend catching up on that. If you guys didn't see it, Fujit did stream that. APA put forward here as well, by the way. Endgame versus DWF. The Avaloka team here versus BPS, the new clan. And POG put forward, then the BPS main clan versus UN, and down here the game we are following, A1N1 versus Serenity, but we're not going to the finals because I've requested to see the match for third place instead, because it was originally set to have all 4 streamers on the finals, and that is a bit awkward to do, so it's just a bit too much attention on one game, and to at least have all games shown, I'll be watching that in case you guys are interested. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this bracket. It's a very, very interesting one, in fact. Looking forward to how this will be developing. Let's also have a look at the leaderboard, because why not? So let me just pull that up quickly, actually. Where is it? The screen over here. And yeah, we have currently Serenity leading at first here with a small but significant lead. APA in second and A1N1 actually in third here. So we're gonna looking for a hype start into this tournament. Rackham in fourth, IW in fifth, Endgame in sixth, Vale in seventh, and BPS, the new tournament clan of BPS, in eighth. So technically speaking, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that have not made a top 8 appearance previously, at least in their current form. We haven't seen this clan in the top 8 yet, but BPS, the normal one, was. IW in this form wasn't either, but LXN was before, so, you know, not quite. But Reckham and A1N1 definitely are new to top 8, although the players may not. The team in that form definitely is. So I'm looking forward to see what these teams have got in store for us today. Again, if you have any replays, you can send them on my Discord server. I only have 2 stacked up right now, but fortunately enough, I managed to get some games as well here. Let me just unfavor them so we can have a little bit to watch later as well, so I don't need to play that much. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am fairly hyped. Not going to be playing. And yeah, We're gonna get our invite in a moment here. Should actually be out fairly soon. And as I said, you can watch the other streamers as well. If you don't like me or just want to see other matches. These are the starting ones showing up here. And after that, they're just all following the brackets, just as I do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Black Goldville, our first map. Definitely have seen that map be played before. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one will be turning out. Looking forward to it. Both fantastic teams, of course. Serenity really strong yesterday. Nope, that's not what I meant to press. So strong, in fact, that they won every single match they had, if I remember correctly. Don't think they've lost once. Let's just make sure. Indeed, they have, as Jack likes to call it, a Grand Slam. So let's see if they can continue that today. But with the amount of fantastic teams they are, it's going to be very hard. We also have Oasis as our first tiebreaker of the day here, at least if we need to play it. So, going to be interesting to see how that one will be developing. And we see our first interesting tank choice on Black Goldville. A mouse. I do not recall the last time I saw that on this map, so depending on how A1N1 is able to use it, that's gonna be very interesting. Coupled with a 215B as well makes it even more so. Double T22 here for that DPM. And then just the typical Kranwagen and some E5s here too. Serenity going for a more standardized lineup. One T22, one Vickers. Jail, he really seeming to be one of their just mobile tank players. I mean, he's played really well, so I'm not surprised. Then double Kran, an IS4 here, potential B strat, or just defending that. And then, of course, the E5s as well, to just round things up. A very, as I said, standard lineup that is not too new in general. So, looking forward to it. And I hope you guys are as well. Mm. Alrighty then. So we are sticking with the lineups. Sorry. I'm just very interested in this one. Mouse FE. The FE could probably, if you could see my cursor, in as A1N1 is starting in the southwest, be there just defending that B side. But I also don't know where I would put that thing, because usually it's used to defend from, or just snipe from a distance and use its great gun to just not be in focus. And with a mouse that definitely will work. But it's really up to A1N1 to see how they are able to actually have that happen. So, looking forward to it. I think I said that multiple times now. I should stop. I'll be repeating myself. But yeah. See how long Serenity is going to stay undefeated. Or if it's going to happen immediately here. Black Goldville is not an easy map per se. Why am I tired? I'm sorry. Can play via the C cap, though not often used. Works sometimes. Mainly though you want control over the middle. Whilst A is also not that often used, but more than C, and also often for just relocation. If you want to drag your tanks around. If you have control over that side of the map, that does work. So let's see how they do with that. Especially with double T22s, that's going to be interesting to see. Compared to the T22 Vickers that Serenity has. All comes down to that. And of course their strategy in general. So yeah. Let's see what they do. Mm. Alright, throwing right into it. Oh, there we go. And it is time for game 1 to start. Gonna be interesting. Naka here already moving over to the C side. Potential cap incoming. Got jail though. He's not spotting. Not actively, at least in the middle. Ooh, Kimmich unable to put a shot. Jail instead looking to spot here. Oh, and he does find two of them. And indeed the FE is there, as more or less predicted. Whilst both teams have some presence near the A side, we're gonna have cap advantage here to A1N1. Thanks to Naka making it there fairly quickly. Comedy here, good reset on days. Just carefully with HE placing those shells in. Trying to gun block here. Oh, very nice. Is gonna able to cap this now. And Mimo already spotted in his mouse. Has bot behind him. But yeah, very careful approach, mainly from A1N1. Actually have quite the DPM advantage if we think about it clearly. T22 in double and an FE215B, that is a very significant amount. Both teams here starting to lose some hit points. Kimmich actually getting shot by Nako there. A very cheeky position from him there. Didn't get spotted either though, which is interesting. And yeah. Also Dog managed to get a shot in, but on Prince instead. Very weird positioning here. Has to be careful as well, there could be someone there just peeking up at any moment in time. So he does have to be careful. So far, not a lot is happening. They have seen Comedy moving over. And it seems that Dog does want to make the play into that B cap. Is gonna get there, shouldn't be able to get defended Eva unless Mimo or Memo in his mouse is able to push on him. Does actually get a shot in. But Spitfire is now gonna start unloading. Ooh, took one shot for it. And look at that. E5 and Devil both pushed forward here. Ooh, and there's a lot of damage now starting to come in. Hit point advantage now for Serenity. If only slightly. And there we go. Prince now pushing onto Dog. He takes a lot of damage there. And the mouse now going through sideways as well. He does not give a damn here. But he's throwing his HP away quite recklessly here. Being an absolute meat shield. But at the same time, giving opportunity to these two tanks from A1N1 to push through onto Kimmich and are looking to take him out here. Alimosa is down to a one-shot with their E5. Does go down. And also the mouse here down to a one-shot. Does manage to pick up Dog though. And now it's a tank lead for A1N1 and also a hit point lead. Although there goes that tank lead that we just mentioned. Now equal 5v5 and Serenity here with a bit better focus fire. But a bit out in the open air. Ooh, that set Days on fire though. Mouse goes down. Oh, that is a kill at the same time. But just able to push out that shell. And Serenity is now surrounded. As we can see, we have a tank here, a tank there, and Diddy back there. But most of the hit point that A1N1 has is all on Comedy and concentrated on him. Whilst Serenity's hit points are a lot more split. Managing here to pick up Naker. And Comedy. Now Amarank not going to be able to do too much damage. Didi does manage to get one of the E5s. But is going to be more or less alone here at the end of this. See if he can help out a little more. Doesn't manage to pen the HE. Onto Jail. And that is quite a big lead, especially with the points as well. They could just let it run out, but Devil is hungry. He's looking for him. Can he get it? Ooh, what a low roll. 250 there. And gets the ram kill, sealing the deal. And that is a GG here to Serenity. Was very well played here. Look at that. 5 kills on Devil. And yeah, as I always like to preface, want to keep those tanks alive, those mobile tanks, to do the damage, and that's what Serenity did very well here. Got in a bit of chaos there in the middle once Dog started to push down with his IS-4 into that B cap. General reaction from A1N1 wasn't that bad. I think they just started to collapse when they left their positions too early. Especially that mouse push and the FE215B being out in the middle there really did not work out for them. And probably was one of the reasons why they ended up not being able to win here. But it was rather close here throughout most of this game. So in the end, it's hard to say which team won exactly when. But I think it's really down to the focus fire and what you want to focus. So yeah. Very interesting first game here, but Serenity wanting to keep that empty 0 in their losses. Now on match point, A1N1 has drastically changed their lineup. We now have double IS-4, double E5, double T22, and Prince back in the Crown Wagon. While Serenity here pretty much staying exactly the same. With triple E5, double Crown here. We have an IS-4 this time though, and Jail staying in the Vickers. No T22. So going with a little bit less mobility, but just more armor. Wanting to play this one defensively. Whilst A1N1 here feeling the pressure. Going with that double medium here. See what they're able to accomplish. Oh, I see an aggressive push from Serenity straight on C. Now they don't have a Vickers like they had to Jail on the other side, where he could just spot that. So Serenity, we're gonna able to push this safely here. Triple E5, gonna get that cap. Ooh, Spitfire here taking a shot from Malimosa. But A1N1 is gonna get that cap advantage regardless, thanks to those double T22s. Jail here has to be careful to not take a shot either. And also Daze there taking one. Trying to get into the corner. Hit point advantage already gone. Thanks to some good early shots. But now it just gets into a very passive heavy game. I think this might go down with like probably 2 minutes of nothing happening insignificantly. We have that Vickers there just keeping the back safe with Dog here now moving forward. Could potentially again make his way onto B. But he would lose hit points pushing down from bot here, Prince there, and Alimosa. Has to take his angles carefully. And then we also have Serenity with 2 tanks in the corner here. Rather split compared to what A1N1 is doing here. Jail now joining them as well, interestingly enough. Oh my god. I'm sorry. But yeah, Serenity has to break this camp off. There's not a lot otherwise that they really can do at this point, but to either go for a camp or to push aside And with how defensive A1N1 is set up here, and a very nice defensive line in general to support each other's positions, I don't think that's going to happen at all, so it is now the question, when does Dog decide to go into B, and how much HP is he gonna lose for it? Oh, Diddy here moving forward. He's gonna get seen by Jail. See if he's able to get out alive there without taking anything. Seems like he was able to do so. And Devil is pushing forward quite far here already. Slowly making more ground. He's gonna get seen by Naka soon though. And there's Dog. Straight into B. And Alimosa on his way to defend. Same as Prince yet again. And he has the E5 in the back as well. So he is not gonna get out of there unscathed. Quick reactions from everyone though. Look at that Serenity moving in already. Pushing from all sides. But A1N1 is doing the same. Devil here who had to get out of there due to the rotation of A1N1. Now in heavy focus fire. But Alimosa, he's losing HP quicker. Oh, but they need to focus the right tanks. Alimosa still alive. Goes down finally. Devil here still being kept alive somehow by his teammates. Is gonna get taken out by the E5 though. Dog goes down as well. And now it is all about that focus fire. Take out the proper targets. Shoot the right targets. And of course, penetrate your shells. Because Bot is now really heavy focus there. Jail has to be careful with his Vickers. Being hunted now by that T-22. Able to get out another shot. Should be able to get out a second before he does meet his demise. And if we look at the points, there's quite a good lead for Serenity here. Only lost 2 tanks compared to 3. Although Daze is not going to be for too much longer. And the same is true for Jail, but he is being helped by his team. Nope, he goes down anyway. And it has been turned around now. It's a lead for A1N1 again. Oh, E5 able to stay alive a little bit longer. Spitfire, can he get the clear? He doesn't. He bounces a very crucial shot. And this game does go to A1N1. What a close game this was. That shot should have not bounced ever. Ooh, that was very crucial there. That was a really good holding game. But I think Devil just a bit unfortunate there, dragging 4 tanks behind him. Now, the thing is, in that game, Serenity went to circle around and pincer the main tanks in the middle of A1N1, which is fine. That worked out. The thing is, the second wave of A1N1 pincered what was pincering them. So you had a second circle around Serenity's lineup. And I think the focus fire just was not good enough. So, great game here from A1N1. Really played that well. Really good rotation with their tanks. And we're able to win it. So, we now move to Aces. It is tiebreaker here for both these teams. Who, of course, want to win. So, let's see how that will turn out for them. Both teams here going with a mouse. Very similar lineups, in fact. 1 Vickers on each side. We have double Krans on each side. But A1N1 again going for the 215B. Whilst Serenity is just going for straight up triple E5. So, nearly mirror matchup, except for 1 E5 for an FV. And yeah. It's gonna be exciting here. This game is going to be very crucial to both of these teams, who are first and third place currently on the leaderboard. It is only previous skill 2 out of 8, maybe. I don't remember. But rather than that, it is still very important to get as many victories as you possibly can. So both these teams are going to be fighting hard for this. So let's see what they're able to accomplish. Very interesting lineup though. To see both teams go with a mouse. Usually you only see one side picking one. And even that in general is rare to see a mouse. So it's rather intriguing to see both teams going for one. But with that jail, he has free range to spot. And I would even go as far as to play even more aggressively than this. Maybe make a bigger spotting round and then get into the C-cap. But of course you have to be careful with naked there. You can't risk all too much, so gotta be careful. Serenity though is very passive if we have a look here. Their E5's in the desert. The Kran's backing up Spitfire in his mouse. Already taking some damage from Didi there in his FE. Ooh, we dropped down. That is very crucial. Usually you want to keep your mouse up to defend that B area. So he has to go here now, but that leaves him to get shot from the side. Specifically these two Brits over there. So he has to be very careful with how he chooses to play this. Oh, first damage coming in there from the E5. Didn't get spotted though. That is a great shot. Not able to land that one. Have to be careful though. And yeah, Spitfire here really a main part of this lineup that is now controlling this entire engagement here by just being right next to B, stopping B from happening at least for quite some time now. And he spots this gap, meaning that no one is able to leave too safely. And any rotation should be detected by him. But he's falling back now, maybe even a bit too far out of fear for just one Vickers. Not too sure about that. Since the Vickers does get spotted when he fires, he could just stay there and just risk losing some hit points, as that's what the mouse is usually for. You just bleed. As you're not the main damage dealer anyway, so maybe a bit too passive there from Spitfire, but I'm not the caller, so I shouldn't be too involved in that. Jail, he's still trying to spot some stuff. Doesn't see anyone though. Very good defensive line here that A1N1 has. Not going too far. Not exposing themselves overly either. But they are behind in points, and they are the ones that have to start making a move at some point. And that move is either push over B and clear tanks over here. Good shot there from the mouse. Or even push over C, stop that cap for a little bit and just overtake. Maybe even get a kill or two. But both these ideas are very risky. Definitely has to be a bit more careful with how he chooses to peek this. Ooh, look at that spot over there on these E5s. That is very big. He doesn't see the FV though. And it seems that A1N1 is lining up for a push on this flank. See if Spitfire can detect this. Doesn't seem to be. And Serenity is not really in a position where they could fend off a push like that. Especially with the Kranwagens not being all too mobile. But they are slowly backing off here. Probably feeling something is wrong. But not too much has happened yet. There we go. A1N1 is making a push here, and it is going to be over B and away from A. Straight on here. Spitfire, a main target, very low already. Down to less than half hit points. And the mouse of A1N1 here pushing straight in on that B cap. Not able to pen. Bot very low. So is Prince, and they're losing a ton of hit points here, trying to push on Spitfire. They're really trying to make this work via points here. But they are going to be cutting it very close. Serenity already entering the B area here. They need to make a kill soon. And not lose someone. Bot is on fire. He is going down to Devil. Oh, gun block. Oh, this is very close. Jail actually picked up the Vickers on the enemy team. Prince goes down with his Kranwagen and Serenity, winning it with the kills. Very risky game here from both of these teams. Wow, what an engagement. Not a lot of damage has been done, but that is not important. As we can see, A1N1 even did more damage. But what is important is the tanks you choose to kill. Spitfire, being one of the tanks with a lot of hit points, obviously is not going to be as worth to kill as, for example, Naka, who has a lot less, therefore weighs more in the damage that they did, which is why they were able to win that one. Really close game, though. Really well played there by Serenity. And commiserations to A1N1. They played that really well up until the end. The choice they made wasn't wrong. I think it's just the tanks that they choose to focus was the wrong one. And probably the Vickers duel was also quite significant. So, well played to both these teams. Very well done. And with that, let's have another look at the bracket here. We should be over in most of these games. And indeed it is. Probably some of the last. So we have Shadow versus Zenith. Drink versus Loka. Raid versus IW. This one streamed by Fujit. Reckham versus S1A, streamed by Amunet. Reti beat Vale. I am very surprised about that one. That one is streamed by Jack, Wild One's Helper. Kraken and Endgame. Pog and BPS, so the other team of Loka, not managing to win here. And then BPS, their other team, / clan, versus Serenity is up next. That is a very interesting lineup. I think they've played each other before yesterday, didn't they? I'm actually rather unsure about that, so let's just check. They did indeed. They lost to Serenity yesterday on a 2-0 on Hellas. So let's see if Serenity is able to do the same on Vineyards here, or if BPS is gonna be able to put a stop to that. And with that, we have time for at least one replay. So let's throw one out there. From Represso. There we go. Mines it is with the T110E5. Let's see what he does for us. All right. He does not play with double repair kit. Not a smart choice, but that's just my opinion on it. Let's see what he does anyway. Does play with Rama here in his E5. Not overly aggressive though. Gets a good shot in there. Wondering where the Batchet is. I think he does the same at this point in time. But there he is. Gets a good blind shot in. Low rolled a bit in general there, but I think that's fine. Using his gun here is awkward. Because do you want to risk your repair kit for such a close quarters fight? I guess his answer was yes in that case. Oh, Steph Star's already out. E100 there on the other flank, really putting up pressure. Doesn't roll high enough for that kill. That's really awkward. HE? Nope, but he does take an HE from that waffle. Never mind, it isn't even a waffle. He already relocated. Must have been the tortoise then, I assume. I think he really wants to deal with that E100. But I'm not sure about that entirely. Nice HE clear. Going very safe with that one. Oh, the FV here losing quite a bit of hit points. And it is indeed the tortoise that is shooting with HE here. onto our protagonist. Oh, he's losing out on that one. Bit of bad driving there. Could have definitely gotten that. Is he gonna go for it? Ooh, that is very greedy. He gets it though, so I guess it's fine. Wasn't really in too much danger. Especially with knowing that the tortoise is constantly shooting HE. I think that was a pretty generous gamble to make. Tortoise is still shooting that, and he just used his reactive armor. That's kind of for nothing now, isn't it? Kind of wasting that. You'd love to save that against an E100 shot of sorts. But, I mean, that happens, right? Can't play everything perfect. Nice one, get that in. E100. This is the waffle. He's really low rolling a lot in this game, isn't he? From what I've noticed so far. He's already on 5k damage though, so that's a pretty nice result to have. See if he can break the 6k, although I'm not sure he even can, possibly. Unless he gets everything, but I'm not sure about the tortoise hit points at this point. Can actually go for that. Yay, nice one. Good job. Very good blind shot there. You love to see it. I think he might be able to, actually. 260? Nah, he's gonna miss out a little bit on 6k here. Yikes. Manages to get the clear. I think he didn't shoot a single premium round that game. Well played though, gets a nice ace and a GG from me. Well played. Second room is already open. Why are you asking for rewards when it is pinned in the chat? Come on guys, just read please. There's no rewards in none of these streams. Oh, Represso's here. Nice, he's gonna get there in time for his replay. Cool. Alright. Let me just drink a little water. Just to refresh that throat. But yeah, let's just say hello to everyone who's watching right now. Hope you're enjoying the show. Or at least the matches that these guys have in store for us here. Haven't seen vineyards and tournaments in quite a bit. Or at least I don't remember any significant game recently. So let's see what they got for us. Alrighty then. Lineup is ready, at least for BPS. That is quite autoloader heavy here. Korra in a TVP. Yeehaw in a 50. And then double Kranwagen. That's a very risky lineup, as I said. Depends on if they can make it work, though. Then also double E5 and a Vickers. Depends on how they play this, really. Vineyards is not an easy map to break down. There's a lot of different ways to push, a lot of different ways to hold, set up traps and everything. So, see how they do here. Be interested if Spitfire actually does go for the mouse here. I've only ever seen one mouse strat, or actual strat for this map. It would be interesting to see if they would go for that. So let's see. So I think I can turn on some lighting in the background. Let me just do that. No, we don't want to be a tomato again. Not like last time. Oh no, that is way too green. Oh my god. Why is this so overpowering, this light? Come on, let's be in less light. Don't I have that? There we go. Not so powerful. Alright. I can increase that later. But yeah, lineup is ready for Serenity. No mouse, but double eyes full. One Kranwagen. We see the Vickers T22 back at it again. And the double E5. Alright. Let's see what they got installed for us this time. Alrighty then. It's gonna be exciting to see how they play this one out. And yeah. Hey David. Hope you listen to what I send you then, if you talk about music. Regardless of that, let's get back on topic, which is this one right here. Also, let me move the camera a little bit. There we go. That's better. So yeah. Looking forward to see how they play this one. Garfield here, probably for that spot. Yep. And Jail also for the cap. With Cora pushing straight through with TVP. And Serenity is hard going on the top side here. Ooh, nice snapshot there from that E5. Cora definitely not happy about that trade. Also, Hakan here already took a shot of damage. That is very interesting to see. Point advantage here, though, on the side of Serenity. Also, having two tanks in the city is quite interesting. Doc can just go for this, because mainly everything from BPS is on the other side. But they are starting to make a push here, Serenity. Very defensive now. Have to be very fast there with that C-cap. Oh, Alpha, he has been spotted. Locked behind that building now. Lots of damage already coming in here on the side of Serenity. Still ahead in hit points though. Garfield here relocating. Looking for some spots. Might find Dog here. If he does find the angle for it. So have some general relocation here through the spawn. Emma here has been seen doing it now. It's a bit unfortunate. Foxy here holding a great position with his Kranwagen. Very strong even in random matches. Even more so in tournaments when you have a coordinated team with you. So let's see what they got. Ooh, Jail got spotted back there. Counter spots Garfield though. But Serenity here with quite a big point lead now. But BPS slowly making a move towards C. There's not a lot to defend us other than Dog himself now, who is gonna get overwhelmed in a moment. There's 4 tanks here potentially gunning for him. And he doesn't have all that much backup. But it seems that Serenity wants to take matters into their own hands here. Is deciding to counter push on the other flank. They're gonna be okay with losing C-Cap, I assume. But they really gotta hurry now. They're not pushing too far. They need to go further. They have lost that C-Cap now. They're still gonna be quite ahead in points, actually. Thanks to the massive advantage that having a second cap has early on. Now it's all about getting a kill here. That is gonna be the main focus. Already on 950 points. Dog here goes down first. Emma now very low as well. And Serenity are pushing with 4. They are not gonna stop with it. Spitfire here, he needs to get that clay. He does it. Jail goes down as well. Foxy here targeted next. It is all about getting these crucial kills quick. Kimmich is gonna go down on the other side very soon. Kodai here also very low. A is getting stopped. BPS wants to win this by points. And this is the only way. B here getting stolen already. Days going into A now. Stopping that cap. Garfield here is gonna take care of Alpha though. Oh, he's not able to pen that one. But BPS winning this one on points here. Very close game. But I think the decider here really was that push on C and the not fast enough reaction from Serenity. We saw them starting to push. We saw them starting to move in. They just were too hesitant, I think. And with that, BPS here in the lead already on game 1. We now have match point here for BPS already, due to this being a best of 3. Let's see what they do here. We see a 1-2-1 from Garfield. A very out of place tank for tournaments. The first one I see in an actual strat as well. So let's see what they got. I am very interested to see how Garfield is going to be playing this. TVP as well here from Yeehaw this time. Just a very weird approach, but who knows if it works. 1-2-1 is a very good medium for trading. There's a fantastic mobility as well. Nope. No, right, they're sticking with it, at least for now. Double Kran as well, double E5, FV, and TVP. That is a lot of DPM on this side. And a lot of early damage potential. But, I mean, they still might switch, so who knows. Oh, okay, so they do. Oh, they're keeping that. They're just player changing who takes what, I think. And Serenity here, triple Kran, triple IS4, and the Vickers. They're going hard on armor here. Gonna be relying heavily on that. Meaning, BPS really needs to make sure to pen their shots now. IS4s are not easy to go through, even as a skilled player. And let's see how they are going to react on that. That is a big HP difference though, 1700. Nearly a full tier 10 medium / light tank. To 7? To 10. Will be rather interesting to see, especially Emma here. Taking the 1-2-1. And Garfield here back in the TVP. Jail here gonna be quick with that B cap. Not sure if he can out cap 2 though, even with that head start. Oh, Kora here. Nope, doesn't want to get that cap. Actually is able to outspeed them. That is rather interesting. There's a lot of tanks spotted. Jail here did take one. But he saw 3 tanks in return. And there is the C cap again. Dog in position. But no one over there in the middle. Instead, Alpha here as well already. Serenity wanna make this quick again. And BPS is doing the same thing. They're being very aggressive right now. On the B side here, Jail has to drag himself out of there before he gets isolated and pincered in his current location. There's 2 mediums gunning for him. And this is not easy to escape. Once they take that aggressive position, there's Garfield. There's 1 shot. There's 2 already. He also he takes another one. Down to a 1 shot here immediately from the beginning. Days also losing heavy amounts of hit points. And BPS is in control right now. Even if they are down in cap points. They have control of that B cap. They have the high ground here. And they have very good backup as well. There's not a lot that can stop this from happening. Yeehaw here does go down though. Thanks to some very good focus fire on the side of Serenity. They're still managing to keep the hit points even. Alpha here. Trying to move out of position a little bit. Another big double tap there onto Foxy. Days, can he put 1 more in? He does, but he takes 2 as well. And BPS is trying to push onto this. Alpha here is gonna go down as well. Spitfire still full HP though. And Korra got mixed up in that entire focus. Is now going down as well. Days here drops soon after. Jail is still alive. They're taking back the B cap. And Hakan now isolated here. Is looking for Jail. Is gonna get him as well. Can he get him? Yes, he does. But Hakan follows soon after. Emma here very low as well. And BPS was in a really good position. But Serenity. Absolute focus fire and destruction here coming in. Turning this one around hard. Before I even realized it. Spitfire still controlling the C cap here. Did not want to give this up. And we are gonna go to tiebreaker. What an amazing game. Between both these teams here. That was crazy. Just the cleanup work now. Kimmich is gonna get Yui. And that finishes off the job. And what a great game this was. That was absolutely fantastic. It was so fun to watch. I really thought BPS had this. At one point, they controlled the middle, they controlled the B cap. They were heavy on damage on Jail there specifically. Even if they didn't quite get the kill. All that really was the issue there. What was the issue? I'd have to rewatch that. But I think Serenity really broke out of that very, very well. Absolutely amazing game from both teams, but I'm honestly very surprised by how well Serenity was able to get out of that one. Especially with their focus fire. They was phenomenal. Very strong. And yeah, we move to Alpenstadt as our tiebreaker here. Serenity back at it again. With another one here. 2 back-to-back, that is not easy. Especially versus these good teams. BPS here now with 4 Kranwagens, an IS-4, T22 and an E5. Maybe relying on them a little too much. But let's see if they can make it work it. And Serenity here is playing with a mouse. Typical to use here to defend that B cap. Quad E5 though, an IS-4 and a Vickers as well. Ooh, that is a very mobile lineup. A very aggressive one as well. Really looking like they want to play hard over the open field. But of course I could be wrong. So let's see how Serenity will approach this. And if they can take that momentum from last game with them, or if BPS is gonna get back on their feet here. With 4 Kranwagens, that is definitely possible. They need to play this very controlled though, and very carefully. So let's see. And as it seems, I do seem to be correct. We have a lot of aggression from Serenity on the open field. Oh, good shot from Jail there onto Emma, who managed to cross here. 2 Kranwagens spotted from BPS as well. The Ice Force already meeting. And that is a good shot onto Alpha there, being a bit too exposed with his side armor. Daze might take a shot here as well. Oh my god, Jail could have gotten that shot there unintentionally. C now being kept from Garfield here. He is 100% safe. There's no way to reset him here. Even if Dog is attempting it. But at least he's lined up to do damage. Same as Jail here. Oh, he misses the opportunity though. Can Dog put one in? He does. Gets a track as well. Jail puts one more in as well. Getting some good damage here in on Garfield. Oh, another one. Cheeky shot there from Jail. Any drag out of here safely though. 2 Kranwagens, and he does manage to avoid them. Emma also losing a bit more hit points here as Serenity starting to be a bit more aggressive on the open field. BPS fully dragging out of it. Yeehaw there. Attempting to make some moves on B. Not quite working out just yet though. And that is quite a nice HP advantage that Serenity managed to build here. Spitfire here, angling really well against that Ice 4. Trying to bait out a shot. Oh, angling the turret a bit too far to the left there. Didn't quite work out. But Dog is gonna be in huge trouble here. He has 2 Kranwagens coming up on him. Unloading straight onto the side here. That's 1,000 gun. That's 400 more. He's tracked again. Oh, he bounced that one. Able to somewhat get out of that. Emma here being focused. Kimmich really greedily looking for that kill shot. But those Kranwagens over there are also heavily trapped now. Alpha here losing a lot of damage. And Focus Fire now needs to be very crucial on both of these teams here. A lot of tanks very low here. Dog is a one-shot. But RG and Hakan go down first. Emma here as well. Korra too. And Serenity just picking up damage left, right, and center. Able to control this. Still 7 tanks alive. Only 3 left for BPS. Alpha here, the first one to go on the blue team side. But that is not enough. And Serenity here picking up that tiebreaker yet again, back to back. BPS here playing really well, but I think too aggressive there on that flank. Ended up getting pincered. There's. Okay. Also because they just left the park entirely. Serenity here able to just pincer them, get into the side. This middle road here specifically really helped them. And this was a really good game by BPS, but Serenity just a little bit stronger here. Managing to win this one. And Jail does not even want to shoot. Serenity just messing around now. And Dog clears it. And with that, that is a GG and a nice group picture for Serenity. Well done. That was a great game. That was definitely worthy of a tiebreaker. And with that, it is time for the quarterfinals. And of course, to see which teams have made it through and which teams haven't. And these teams are those that don't load. Okay, there we go. So we have Loka beating Drink. Shadow and Zenith are still playing. Raid beating IW here, getting their revenge from last time. Reckham here does beat S1A. Both, and Fujit are watching this game, so if you want to check that out, you can surely do that. Reiti and APA are still playing. Endgame has beaten Kraken here. And BPS beat Pog, so back-to-back BPS here for Serenity. Having some really gnarly opponents to fight up against. But, you know, you have to if you want to make it to the top. Having 2 tiebreakers back-to-back, let's see if there's gonna be a third. But yeah, I should probably check when the next game's starting. It is at 4 past. On Food Bay is the map of choice. Means we have some more time for replays. And I can definitely show both of them that I have in store for you. Hey hey Osh, hey TJ. How you two doing? Oh, I should probably not have this on screen when I'm trying to show a replay. Can I make this any lighter? Never mind, let's just make it like that. Alright, let's see what he can do here. With his E100 on this map. Oops. Is he actually gonna go and cap this? Did he say anything in a message? Waste of time watching. I mean, let's just watch it anyway. Let's see how he manages to win this game. Oh my god. Is he actually going for the full cap? I wonder, did he get spotted already? If not, this might just be straight up a Raider medal. Unless someone is, of course, gonna be joining him here. The E50 seems to be AFK, so that's not happening. The 100 in Ice 4 might just be too slow. And he's just dancing for the camera. I mean, you know, why not? God damn it, if only I remembered if he got spotted or not. Come on, guys. It says it in the pinned message. There is no rewards. Come on. Oh, the chieftain is coming. Oh no. Oh no, no Raider medal. No, the Raider medal. No! He's not gonna get on spot. No! Sad. No Raider medal for Repressor. Would have been funny. Alright, let's have a look at Dark's replay. Should be a little bit more interesting. Nope. Not what I meant to react with. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see what Dark does with his Hash throwing medium, that is the 4-2-2. On Hellas. I'm really looking forward to this next game. We had BPS versus Serenity, and now it's time for BPS versus Serenity. I'm looking forward to this. I really am. Oh, nice shot. Straight in the chin. Fully absorbed that too. Didn't do any damage with it either. Good thing to relocate though. Noticed that very well. Sheridan was a bit slow on that. Didn't quite catch the message. Oh, nice shot. Just asking something on Discord, 1 second. Oh, you can hash that now. Yeah, there we go. Nice. More hash. Yeah. If you don't play this thing with the hash gun, then why are you even playing it? Because if you don't play this with the hash gun, but with heal instead, then you have no reason to play this thing. Because any other medium would be better than this. Oh my god. Like, you have an STB, for example, an E50. Anything works better than this one, unless you have this thing with hash. Hey, Platinum. Serenity really is really strong this season. And I mean, winning 2 tiebreakers back to back is not as easy as it sounds. Because you have to not only have the player skill to do that, which they certainly do, but also that mental fortitude. Because it's not just about how well you play, but about your moral, about keeping up with whatever's happening. You know, keeping up a good spirit, basically. And that is not easy, especially if you go to tiebreaker twice in a row. And then having to win those. So, you know. Definitely props to Serenity for that. I couldn't do that myself, honestly. Even if I wanted to. Also, if it looks like there's a green screen behind me, there isn't. It's just my light. Oops. Could also make it red. Blue. What looks the most natural? I think this is fine. Let's stay at that. And see Doc play this one out. Still 2 TDs left. He does have a waffle in his team. Hey, Miki. Oh, 666. Well, there we go. I should have stayed with the hash there, really. That ammo swap delayed you too much. Hectag is really greedy on this kill. Not sure why he's using adrenaline when he hasn't even fired yet. Unknown to me. Why is everyone joining now? I mean, nothing wrong with that, but you know. Hello, everyone. Hey, Score. Hey, Tim. How you doing? How's work doing? Come on, Dark. Aim in a little more. A little more than that. Just like that one, even though that was risky as hell. Dragging him out with a cap here is not the worst idea. Because the Waffle could get one shot, and the WZ is quite far away, so getting there in time before you're done reloading is, you know, unrealistic. So holding the cap here is a pretty good idea. In 2 weeks. Depends on the tournaments. On their schedule, really. But we can talk about that on Discord in more detail, Tim. I don't think this stream is the time to do that. So just DM me when my stream is done. Because I'm gonna forget. Nice game though, Doug. Well played. Noise Ace. Alright, room should be open, and indeed it is. And it is BPS 2. Or 1, I don't even know. Versus Serenity. I mean, for those from BPS who are here watching in case, I know this clan was created for the purpose of tournaments, but do I call this BPS 1 now because it's their main team? Or do I call it BPS 2 because it's an offspring clan? Any clue on that? Because I don't know. I really want to know. But yeah. Let's see what they got for us here. On Port Bay. Looking forward to it. Also, let's have another quick look at the assistant, because 2 games weren't completed yet, which was Shadow and Zenith, and APA and Reti. So let's quickly have an eye on that. And Shadow beat Zenith, and Reti beat APA. Damn. They're really going strong today, beating Vale and APA back to back. Surprised by that. That is some nice games right there. Endgame next, though, is not going to be an easy feat, and whoever comes out here, if they beat Endgame, then my god, they're going to be on a roll. Alright. A lot of auto-loaders again, or auto-reloaders in this case. On the side of BPS, double Progetto, triple Kranwagen, and then a T22 and an E5 from Ghosty here. I believe that's Ghosty. Yep, it is. And then Serenity here with a mouse from Spitfire. And double Kran, double T22, an IS-4, and Kimmich in an E5. Very interesting lineup here. More normal compared to what BPS is playing. But, I mean, you know, it might work, it might not. So let's see what they got in store for us. I am interested. This is going to be exciting. So let's see what they have for us to play on Port Bay here. First game of the quarterfinals. Quite a big hit point difference here. That's 1,000. Double projector though. And the T22 really does intrigue me. Both teams here are going to be facing each other head on though. Oh, Devil, you are not going to be crossing this, are you? Nope. Garcio is though. Only oh, wow. I think Jail there had a bit of lag. He really did not aim that one well. Or pre-aimed, in fact. Garcia, though, managed to cross. Only took one hit. Ooh, nice shot from Alpha there. Some damage already flying in on both sides, and Fantasies here managed to get on this great position. Probably has been pushed up. I didn't quite pay attention to that, but you can do that here. Devil also went into the corner. Later, better than ever, I guess. Jail also now there. What a lot of damage. BPS here currently winning the fight when it comes to trading. And Serenity forced into a position where their tanks do not excel at. And these projectors here are very nasty to deal with hold down. Really trollish turrets, and the upper plate is absolutely amazing. These T-22 is not going to be able to do anything against that. Kami did die first though. Alpha following second. And now we have a 2-tank deficit on the side of Serenity here. Make that free. Oh, and dog, he's losing a lot of hit points here. Hit points are still somewhat to be recovered. But it's just 3 tanks versus 6, and that is just not happening. Kimmich here losing a ton of hit points there. Giving Fantasy a bit more of a hold down spot. Dog here going next, and that... damn. What a strong game from BPS here. Didn't think it would work with that lineup that they chose, but... it gave me a good surprise there. What a game from them. Serenity just completely out of position. Nothing you could really do here, and that is a well played from BPS. And yet again, Serenity losing the first game. Been a common theme now. As before, they lost the first, now BPS here on match point. Can they turn over Serenity, who have been performing really strong this season? Winning previous skill 1. Very dominant today, but might this be the end here? Port Bay, match point 1-0 for BPS against Serenity. It is looking grim. It was a very dominant game played by BPS there. Very strong, very good focus fire. And the tank choice, fantastic for what they ended up doing. Quite surprised by that, but you know, there's nothing wrong with surprising one. So let's see if they have even more to offer than that. We have a mouse this time on BPS side and on Serenity. We do not have as many how to reload as though, that's for certain. We have 1 Kranwagen, 1 Vickers, double E5 and an IS-4 here. I think we're going to see a player change on BPS's side. Kuma for Pramo here. Serenity with double E5, mouse, double IS-4 as well. That 1 singular Kran, and then a T-22. Interesting lineup. And we have a second IS-4 here on the side of BPS as well with Pramo. So both teams going with a fairly similar lineup. And by fairly similar, I mean nearly identical. If it weren't for the Vickers versus, quote-unquote, versus T-22. So let's see if the Bees, from what I'm suggesting from their team name, are able to bring this to tiebreaker, or if BPS will clean swoop them 2-0 here. Will be very interesting to see. Let's watch Cleo here. Going into the city, spotting on A. Not sure if they're gonna go for the cap, but it seems like they do. Ooh, nope, just some spots. Does take 1 hit though, Alpha there. With quick reactions, gets 3 tanks spotted as well. Very passive play from BPS here. Trying to line up some shots over there. Oh, and another boost incoming. Jones being pushed up on this side here this time. Watch and learn, kids. Oh, he got spotted doing so. Spitfire there. With an eagle eye looking. Managed to see that one. Having to abort that is actually quite insane. And Alpha here. Going for a cap. Did get reset. Cleo there with an HE. Into the side of that icefall. C now being capped. We're looking for a second reset here. Yep, there it is. But of course, Serenity also with their own reset at Kimmich here. In the Kranwagen, not quite able to do so as successfully though. A now being capped. Spitfire losing some to Komi. Has to be careful there. And Serenity's really stuck right now. There's not a lot of areas they can go to. With Gasio being top there, it makes it really awkward too. Putting some good shots in already. More damage coming in here. Serenity out of position. And there's just not a lot of stuff they can do right now. They're very limited to where they could go. Even the E5 back here. Currently rendered useless by the positions taken. At BPS. Just playing this very strong. 2 good resets now in cap advantage. Hit points also very heavily in their favor. And there's just not a lot of ways for Serenity to go at this point. You can't break through anywhere because they don't have any intel on the current locations of most of these players. I don't think Edgar really has been seen for a while. Same for Ghosty, Pramo back there. Komi they have no clue about, and Cleo as well. Only really Gasio and Fantasy have been seen quite regularly. So the location of most of them is unknown. To Serenity here. Making it very limited in the way they can play. Because a lot of their locations had been revealed before. Making it a lot easier for BPS to react here. Because it is also heavily a knowledge game. And if you have more knowledge on your opponent, that makes it a lot easier to react, to reposition. And to just attack in general. With Jail here now trying again. Just seeing if he can spot something. With his T22. Has to be very careful though. Oh, Dog's losing a lot of hit points over there. Serenity is making a play onto B here. But Dog already losing a ton of hit points. He's down to a 2-shot here. And BPS is flooding to the middle onto Spitfire, onto Dog. And Serenity needs to make a move here, and they need to make it fast. Fantasy here is down to a 1-shot. Can Devil get the clear? He does need to, and he gets it. Spitfire here in heavy focus. Cleo very low as well. What are they doing with their Vickers over there? Focus here also on Gaseo with his Kranwagen. We do lose Alpha back there in the IS-4, trying to oppose as a distraction. Hit points now very even here in this 4v5. Serenity at this point in time ahead in guns. But Spitfire very low right now, soon to fall. And Jail here is doing the right thing. He's going for the C-cap. Serenity wants to play this via cap points. And Spitfire actually being shielded rather well from his team right now. Devil here holding that side open. Pramo still gets it. But he's down to a 1-shot already. Jail here actually running because Edgar is on his way. He is defending that C-cap really well. He has to get away as well. He needs to stay alive to keep those points in favor of Serenity. The e5 here is now very low. He's down to a one-shot. Ghosty is coming in as well, and the points are ticking more and more. Commy down to a one-shot as well. Ooh, he bounces the shot. Does go down. And now it's a 3v3. Commy drops. Edgar here still hunting jail. He's been avoiding death for so long already. Ghosty, can you get the clear? He can, but it's a little too late. 1,000 points have been reached. And Serenity is bringing it back again. I did not think that would happen. I really didn't. That looked so good for BPS. They had so good positions. But the gamble on B with Dog and Spitfire, putting them there as bait, flocking everyone from BPS into the middle, even having Alpha far in their spawn as a distraction for 2 tanks, I think. Managing to get the upper hand in the middle, win that fight, and in the end, with some very close fighting there between the two teams, Serenity came out on top. Really well played on that one. Especially their focus side, that target priority, keeping that T22 alive as well, and Cleo there dying a bit early was probably one of the reasons why they were able to win here, because Jail posed such a big distraction to Edgar, who had to keep chasing him because of that points, because he was a one-shot, and because it was the easiest way to get points in. What a game from BPS here and Serenity. And with that, we're going again in a tiebreaker and a map we've played before, Black Goldville. Lineups here should be familiar to us mostly. Triple Kranwagen, T22, E5, and a Vickers here from Kuma. BPS going with a rather medium or mobile heavy lineup here. And then Serenity with triple E5, double Kran, a Vickers, and an IS4. A lot more defensive and built on armor here. Let's see how both these teams are going to be playing Black Goldville. As I've said, they have warmed up with this map earlier, so they definitely know what they're doing here. Hit point advantage on the side of Serenity. But the DPM clearly is not in favor of them. See what they do. BPS here is going very hard on the C cap. Ghosty there got spotted. Ooh, nearly everyone. Ghosty even getting tracked out in the open there. Good shots. And good spotting from Jail specifically. Seeing that angle, catching that. Ghosty taking another one. And most of the tanks now have been seen. Oh, he doesn't see Cleo. Getting a clean shot in there. And it is cap advantage here. 2 BPS, but Ghosty did lose his ammo rack. He cannot fix that. Most E5s, if not all, played with only 1 repair kit, and he had been tracked out in the open. And BPS here being very greedy, very quick cap on B. And there's no one really to do anything about that. Spitfire here cannot overcommit. And with that, BPS is gonna get quite the point lead. Spitfire there nearly hitting Kuma. Blind, in fact. And yeah, the points are gonna be ticking very quickly now. Garcia here defending this spot with his life, like he should. And Serenity is very heavily split if we're looking at this from a top angle right now. The E5's over here, the rest over there, the Kranwagens, the Vickers, the IS4. And it seems that Serenity wants to make a move on the other side. And then push with the second But if they plan to go for C, this is gonna go terribly wrong. Due to the double E5 defense with the Kranwagens here. And also Kuma, who is lined up here as well. So grabbing back C is near impossible. The way to go here would be their spawn. And this seems to be the plan. Here comes the push from Serenity. They are moving in. Cleo here spotting all of that. Kuma here seen. And BPS is counter pushing. And Serenity is completely out of position. They are so heavily split here. Dog is gonna get in huge trouble right now. Jail needs to get out of here. His mobility is needed in the later stages of this game. But he's getting hard focused. There he goes out already. Points are at 940. And if Serenity doesn't get any kills soon, this game is gonna be over very quickly. Spitfire here getting hard focused. B is being stopped. But Spitfire is going out, and this game is going to BPS. What a strong performance here. What a great one. Serenity just too split. That was the worry here. If they were to push, the other flank would just fall immediately because BPS was combined. They weren't split 50-50. What a good game that was. And very well played from BPS, shutting that down, realizing that they need to push. What a fantastic matchup. And with that, let's have another look at the assistant. All matches are over. Loka versus Raid. Shadow and Rackham have lost. Raid here got stopped as well by Endgame and BPS. Gonna be facing them next. This game streamed by Fujit and Amunet. You can watch it on both of their perspectives. And this game will be seen by myself and Jack, Wild One's helper. That is going to be very interesting to see. What a development. And nice attempt to Serenity. They played really well today. But I think doing 3 tiebreakers in a row is mentally a bit too taxing. And they just weren't quite able to overcome that. What a performance though. Let's also have a look at the results of the other games. There was a 2-0 here on the side of Endgame. The match we will be seeing next here is at 35. So in 13 minutes on Rockfield. We just looked at that. Raid here had a 2-0 on Rackham. And Loka against Shadow was also a 2-0. So they were really just waiting for Serenity here to be done. What a game though. That was fantastic to watch. I'd have one more replay to show. Whilst we calm down from the madness that happened in that last game of Black Oval. My goodness. BPS played that just so clinically well. Like, there's nothing to complain about on how they played that map. That was basically perfect. They got map control. They got cap control. Yes, they lost early hit points there on that A5, but that didn't matter too much. That B push was absolutely fantastic, though. I'm not sure if they had knowledge on the full locations of Serenity, but that was such a gamble that paid off massively. Because Serenity could do nothing about that cap at all. The rest of the team was then also split very heavily. And man, what a fantastic game. Waiting for Serenity to collapse, because they did. Or maybe not collapse, but they had to do something. And that ended up being that push that they made, and it just not work out. Yeah, there's a tank on your side, Repressor. Let me just tick off this replay. Hey, Zert. Zeren, which team are you playing this season, by the way? And you probably changed your name again, didn't you? So who are you? Whomst of the people are you? Because you probably are playing somewhere. I can't imagine a season in which Zerd is not playing. Can't do that. Oh, no. What a nice max roll HE that was. Oh, he had to take one more, didn't he? I believe the 100 had fired. Ooh, good one. Low play. That's what happens if you rush your shot too much. Nice. Oh, they're both over there. Oh, the feet just fired. And the grill's also on reload. Nice. Hey, he's on exactly 5k. That's some sick RNG right there. Probably looking to do like 1,000 more damage here and then he can freely die. Ah, the intro clip. The intro clip wasn't fast enough. Hey, but he had 1,700 assists at least. Oh, damn. That freeze. GG though. Nice game. Didn't get an ace. Got a bit robbed there. Alright, the game starts at 36, right? And also because Gassio's here, since you are from BPS, can I ask something? I asked earlier, but I think no one was there. What do I call this team? Is this BPS 1 because it's the main tournament clan? Or is this BPS 2 because it's the second team after BPS? I don't know. Alright, Jack's ready, so let's jump right in.
Hello, Everett.
Hello there, Jack.
Hello. It was a tense evening for me. Really, really good evening. From Red Tea. Although they succumbed to Endgame 02,
Yeah, I want to hear about that. They went on a roll, taking
yeah,
down those two teams there.
true. I mean, they both of these games they made a comeback. They both of these games they lost the first game and then they won two consecutively, and that was very impressive indeed against two top 8 contenders. Red Tea really went off their comfort zone tonight, and that was really good to see.
Definitely. But yeah,
So,
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
what about you? About Serenity?
Serenity has been fantastic tonight. I think what ended up happening is maybe a bit of exhaustion near the end.
Right.
Because they had to play 3 tiebreakers in a row.
Oh man.
I don't remember about the first game, but in both after they were down the first game and then had to win 2 in a row. So that is not easy, especially since they also didn't have the easiest opponents.
True.
So they played really well tonight. I think the last game really just went down to BPS was so strong.
Yeah.
With their team, with their layout, just the way they played on Black Goldville. That there was, I don't know what happened specifically, but I think they were just split too much. If you would watch the match, that's exactly what happened. But
Right.
Serenity showed again why they won the first previous skill. They played so well tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for them.
Very happy for them. I mean, although they exited the quarterfinals, I mean they're currently with 30,082 cups, like more than 2,000 cups away from the 9th place, and I think they would be very happy about that lead, that comfortable lead they have. Although they still have to qualify the next few proof skill tournaments, and once again, as I said, the seeding won't be in their favor, so they
Mm,
need to make use of every opportunity they have to, you
true.
know, keep hold of their
Yeah, yeah,
position in the top eight. But they are very strong. I agree with you, and it
yeah.
would be a shame if they aren't in the top eight in the end because they
Sure.
really deserve to be in top eight.
I think they might not be fully happy with the results of today, because they, as you said, dropped out quarterfinals. But I
Yeah,
think they should be happy with the games that they played today. They were really
agree.
well done. Most of these tiebreakers were very clinically played, very well
Mm.
executed. They had such good teamwork. Focus fire was really on point as well today.
Mm.
It was just such a fun time to watch them play.
Very true
And
indeed.
BPS, I mean, they had to play both back to back as well,
Mm.
which also isn't easy.
No.
Really put up a good fight. Managed to clear the first one, but then I guess the second one was too much of a hurdle, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, especially against Endgame, which is not the easiest opponent to play against. So looking
No,
forward to
not
it.
at all. Looking forward for that. And I mean, Gravitas team, they're currently in the top eight, and they really want to grind the result against Endgame. But Endgame also needed that result because the first day they went out in the round of 32 because of unforeseeable circumstances. So they
Mm,
really want to perform really well tonight. But also on the other half of the semifinals, both Lucas and Raid currently not in the top eight. So um, both of these teams really want to
mm.
perform really
I
well
think
tonight,
especially Loka wants to
especially Loka
even more so.
because they lost out on the first day due to being drawn against Serenity,
Mm,
and that was
understood.
very unfortunate, I must say.
Yeah, looking forward
And
to it, really.
I'm really looking forward to that. And the room is up. Let's get real on Rockfield.
Yeah, we are. Rockfield is not a favorite to most teams, but what are you expecting here from these teams?
Rockfield is perceptionally quite small to an extent, and I think it
I'd agree on
really
that.
depends. What you don't agree?
No, I agree with that, that it's relatively
Yeah,
small.
Reddit. I mean, perceptionally small. I think Wargaming said that all maps have the same size, but I think
Well, I
uh,
mean, the thing with Rockfield is
Rockfield,
you have these
Rockfield.
huge mountains, right? They take up so much of the map.
Yeah, the mountains really take up quite a lot of space. So, because there is a lot of terrain, I would be expecting quite a number of hold down tanks. But at the same time, IS4 is still viable with the flat ground near A and down on B. But most of the attention will be on those mediums and lights to get the information for the team. And especially in the mid to late game phases, sometimes good positioning would mean that you're able to spot the enemies rotating, and that could be very important for the team who has the cap lead, and the one who doesn't have the cap lead would need to work really hard in deciphering the other team's setup.
I agree on that. Also, I've watched a recent endgame play on Rockfield, which was
Yep,
when I followed them. I don't remember who they were up against, but surprising to me, there's still some boosts and climbs that have been used in that game against them.
sure.
The team didn't manage to win, but
Sorry.
considering that that is still possible, it will be
Mhm.
interesting to see if we're going to see future implementations of that. But
Mm,
Endgame has been very aggressive on Rockfield usually. Um,
right.
Mostly near the C cap because that's the most convenient
Mm,
to be aggressive on. Because A is very good for defensive play with that
true.
bunker, with all these ridge lines, with the gap
Mhm.
especially.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting seeing as how they have three E5s though. I'm expecting aggression.
But at the same time, Endgame so far, the games I've been streaming on Port Bay, they are playing it really cautiously and very carefully. Maybe Endgame is going to do a completely different style here, but we never know. But then it's always a good thing when a team is unpredictable in whether they're going to use a defensive strat or an offensive strat. And maybe the
Definitely.
endgame would do something defensively here, but all the time on Rockfield, we see a lot of encounter on that seaside, and I mean, loads of examples. So the one I can recall is Loka versus Raid, where Loka won with better focus fire and rotation. So when we see a lot of action on sea, I would be very interested.
C usually is the one that gets more action, even
Yeah.
if both sides are played. Just because You can just play around a lot more with the area, whilst A is heavily limited, even if it has B relatively near to it comparatively. But the amount of angles you can take, the amount of just hold down spots, or just surprises that you can pull out of the C side just makes it a lot more favorable, even for traps alike that we've seen in previous seasons. I don't actually know. I think it was Raid who did that before with like 4 E5s just waiting,
Yeah.
who then got pushed into, which worked out fantastic for them. So it's really all about how do you play this map, and I mean like all maps and not just the lineup. But
Right.
I mean they're playing something similar here, so we'll
True.
see.
I mean, we are seeing BPS going with double Crown Vargans, double T125, one IS4, one T22, and Vickers Light endgame, double Crown Vargans, triple T125, an IS4 and a Vickers Light. So BPS going with one more light and medium. It's going to be very interesting. So
Enjoy the
hopefully
commentary and
you enjoy as well. So we'll see you soon.
see you.
Bye.
All right, and as Jack has just read out the lineup, we are basically in mirror matchup territory here, being exactly the same, other than 1e5 here on the side of endgame versus a T22 on the side of BPS here. So let's see what they do and how they are able to play this one out. With Winch here playing the light tank for today. We also have Toby now making a showing. Hasn't been seen too often in the recent matches that I've at least been able to catch from in-game. So interesting to see him in the roster as well. Both light tanks actually taking this spot right here. Really interesting. Sometimes you see them pop up here to spot early crossings there, but that didn't happen this time. And as we can see, Romka here is being very aggressive. Also not often seen in the roster, but definitely a capable player. Getting C early here, uncontested, and there we go. That's what I mean. You can set up traps here, or even just pushes. BPS there with 3 tanks last, making a good spot there. And also Gasser here slowly rotating around. With Fantasy down there near the B cap here, ready to enter, whilst BPS is making a showing for A as well. Kuma here going to be hunting for Winch, but he has to be careful. He does have Shoko and Nico behind him, one of which not yet spotted. And Fantasy there has been reset once. Not quite going full commitment on that cap just yet. And a slow start here from both teams. B again, the start here to that cap. And BPS now being aggressive here on this other side, trying to create a distraction and possibly even stop the C cap for some time. But Fantasy is just keep on pushing. Look at that. BPS here drawing their tanks out. They want to be fully united over here. Leading to Fantasy being focused heavily. Edgar also down to a one-shot already. And Endgame making full advantage of this already 6,000 HP in the lead here. Toby and Romka both haven't taken all that much damage yet, regarding as how many people there were already last year. Now being the target of choice for BPS. But Endgame here making some very good use of their focus via Kuma. Now 1-shot 2. Ghosty already went down as well. And this game. Endgame just very dominant here. Very good push from Shoko, Nico and Winch over there. Drawing away these tanks from BPS. Forcing their hand on the other side. And Endgame taking full advantage of that. Really well played. And what a strong first game here to start things off with. I don't think there was a lot that BPS necessarily did wrong with their strategy. I think they just got outclassed in this area here. There was just not a lot they could do. And what a strong game from Endgame here. Very good damage spread as well, generally speaking here. Only lost one as well with last here. And that is a GG. And because these are best of threes, Endgame now on match point, a very comfortable position to be in. So let's see what they'll do, or what BPS will do. Now with their back against the wall, they want to win this here, and they need to if they want to go any further than that. So let's see. Endgame here, again, very aggressive lineup. There's Quad-E5. Might see a change from Toby though. Double Kran and a Vickers. Is Kami and you the same? I don't know. Thanks for the info, by the way, Bella. I know that the other BPS team, where there's... I don't remember his name. 1 second. Was that earlier? Korra, he is from NA. I know that much. But I'm not too sure. Regardless though, we don't have quite Quad-E5 here. Toby does want to go with an ISO instead, probably for that B control, which is what we saw Evil do last game. Winch back into Vickers. Quick lineup change near the end from BPS. We now have a T22 Vickers combi with a 268. The first TD that I see this season. At least from my memory. So let's see what he's able to accomplish here. Also with double E5. An ISO and a Kranwagen. And because they have double medium slash light and a tank destroyer, all which have around the same hit point range, quite a big HP deficit here, 1500. See how they're going to be dealing with that. Winch again doing the same spot over here, but Kuma this time having his eyes on C. Doesn't quite see anything yet, but Winch already has found a couple that he can look on. Cleo here though managed to get very quickly into B, entirely unspotted. And I don't think can be reset either. Kuma here already losing some hit points, trying to run. But this is giving a big lead to BPS here. C now has been capped as well. Romka here should be able to put a good shot. Jones there. Good old Gasio there taking a lot of damage crossing, and even Ghosty here as well. Endgame putting a good amount of early damage, and Toby here now with the ISO. Gonna be holding this bunker for quite some time. The ISO not an easy tank to dig out, especially with good teamwork here. Such as Endgame, he's gonna take quite a bit of shots here. But he does have Nico behind him. Orca's here as well. And we have Winch with the Vickers in support. And Gasio here is getting massive focus right now from these Kranwagen. We also have Shoko from the back for the cleanup. Endgame here through B. We have Romka and Last already pushing through. Toby finally going down. He took too long to clear here. And Endgame already starting to regroup. The 268 here now has to make his move as well. And Cleo here hunting down Winch with the rest of BPS here. Kuma already here as well. But they have lost Ghosty. Kuma is down to a 2-shot. And so is Pramo. And again, Endgame here very dominant with this focus fire. Very strong as well. But these Krans are basically empty here. Oh, he does get the Kranwagen out. The 268 here now finally joining the front line. But these E5s from Endgame are still very healthy. Even Romka over there, more or less out of the fight right now, has Kuma fully under his control though. But BPS is slowly starting to bring things back. Oh, the 268 here, the focus fire on Last. Quite significant. Can he pick up Pramo here? He's not able to. He got tracked in position. And Cleo here able to clear Evil down to a 1-shot. Shoko, can you pick him up? No, he doesn't. He doesn't roll high enough. He's gonna take a big shot into the side here. Nope, the front is enough. And what a comeback here from BPS. Just so much better focus fire. Outmaneuvering as well. Keeping these low HP tanks alive. What a strong game here from BPS. Really thought Endgame had this. But that extra DPM that they kept alive until the end. These 3 tanks here specifically. What a strong performance. So well played. 5k here. From that T22. Able to fully farm. And even the 268 here. 3.3k. Amazing performance. And we move to our 4th tiebreaker of the evening. As this is the 4th one that we are watching here, indeed. These games are really all over the place. And that is very exciting to see. This is absolutely great. See a lot of autoloaders again on the BPS side here. Double 50, double Kran, double Progetto. As we move to Mayan Ruins here. Oh, not quite double Kran, but double E5. That is calling for an absolutely rush strat here. If there ever was a time to push, this was it with this lineup. Endgame here. Also having a reasonably aggressive lineup that can work aggressively, but is not mainly suited for it with a 50. With double E5, that T22, we have an IS4 and probably double Kran, unless Nico decides to go for something different. Or hollow in this case, for those who don't know. Let's see what they're able to do here on this tiebreaker. Endgame hard outclassing BPS in the first round. But the second one, they just got played by the nose. So did I. Really didn't expect that, but I mean, they're not here for no reason. And let's see if this tiebreaker, who is going to win this? Is it gonna be BPS with 5 autoloaders and auto reloaders? Or is it gonna be Endgame with a more normal lineup? Let's put it that way. Even so, this will be a game fully about the focus fire, like none other. And it seems BPS wants to play via the temple here, as Kuma and Cleo both going away from the medium side. Joining up with the rest. Oh, look at these early spots. Winch there, seeing all of it, except for the Progettos. And Endgame needs to prepare BPS here. Fully brimmed with aggressive energy. There's both Progettos waiting already for their time to shine. Winch is gonna be in huge trouble once they find him. Edgar here pushing for that C-cap. Nice passive position there from both Romka and Shoko. But they're very far away, and look at that Winch. Managed to go too far. Did find one of the Progettos. And is not going to be able to leave this unscathed at all. Now having Garcia look this way and evil. How much is he going to take? It is only 1 shot. And we now have cap pressure here against Endgame. Very good move there from Edgar to push on that C-cap. And Endgame seems to want to take that back. We have double E5 here. Slowly closing in. But BPS is relocating with everything they have. Except for that Kran in the middle. And this trap might fully go off in favor of BPS here. If Endgame doesn't realize what is about to happen. And they won't. Romka here sees 2 tanks. Sees 3 in fact. But he is already too little, too late. Last here should be able to get out of it, and Romka just pulling back as far as he can. Shoko here with a shot on the side. Winch is already behind him. Toby slowly making his way forward too. Romka though tracked out in position. He is not getting away from there. And now it's all about how well both teams can put out their focus fire. Romka able to put out one more focus here on Cleo from Nico. Last also pushing with him and tank advantage on the side of BPS right now. But the hit points are still even. Cleo here going down. Kuma losing a lot of hit points right now. And Romka following soon after. Winch now down too. And Orca here in a small 1v1. He should be winning this. But he low rolls. Not able to clear Kuma there with the next shot. And last has Evil in front of him. He is down to a 2-shot as well. Oh, he survives that one. Here comes Shokodo with the shield. Edgar able to finish him off. This game all over the place, but endgame with more hit points. But BPS still with 2 autoloaders here. Max roll down to Edgar. A 644 HE. Orca here is a 1-shot. And Shoko with his E5, his Amaranth. He lost his engine as well. Just managed to repair it. Repair kit there kicked in. Kami here going to be going all in on this kill. Can he roll high enough? He doesn't. The reactive armor saving the E5 here. And what a finale here. Edgar managed to still pick up that kill. And Toby clears him here. And what a game on Main Runes. What a fantastic game from both of these teams. And with that, Endgame is going to move to the finals. And BPS will be moving down to the match for 3rd place, which I will be following. So we will have coverage on that. And that game is starting immediately. Loka also losing to Raid here. Let's have a look if that was also a tiebreaker. And indeed it was. Both games going down to the wire here. It's gonna be Endgame versus Raid. This will be streamed by Fujit, Aminet, and Jack. And I have asked myself to watch the match for 3rd place. Gonna see Loka for the first time this season as well. And looking forward to it. We have Normandy here for our first map. Yui is NG. General. Emma is Timo. Cora is... I know Cora, yeah. Yeehaw is Steven. Foxy, Hakan, I know. Tito is Newbies, huh? I didn't know that. Garfield is no pen, no life. Ah, okay. Good for that knowledge, thank you. What a fantastic games, though. My goodness. I'm getting all of the tiebreaker games, I think. If we have a quick look at the tournaments here, because we have a little bit of time. The chart. We've been following this game just now, which went to tiebreaker. We've been following BPS. Before that, for 1 game. Or 2. Specifically. Also went to tiebreaker. And before that, we had Serenity, which had all their games today as tiebreakers. So I've only seen tiebreakers today. I hope this one will be one as well. That would be very comedic and the most exciting it can be, of course. And yeah, looking forward to it. Let's see. First time, as I said, I'm seeing Loka play this season. So I'm excited. They've been a bit unfortunate in the previous skill 1. They have been performing very well previous skill 2 though, getting 2 teams into day 2. The first one though did drop out rather early against BPS actually. So BPS is playing the 2nd Loka team in a row today. That is rather funny. So either it's revenge time or it's just a double down here from BPS. That is going to be interesting, actually. I like seeing that Leo though. I love seeing the Leopard played in competitive. I definitely know how it will be used, hopefully. It will be in one of those corners, protecting the spawn and... not the spawn, but the cap. And Usually it is the bunker. The Leopard, a great gun, fantastic mobility and camo rating. Should have been used a bit more often, but that's just personal preference. And with that, we also have Quad E5, Kranwagen, and T22. And Loka here. Not fully ready yet, but we have so far a double E5 and a TVP in double as well from Beauty and Fox. Have another E3 here, making that free. E5, making that free. And what I'm assuming is going to be a double Kranwagen here. A very interesting lineup from Loka as well, going with that double TVP, double Kranwagen. Looking forward to that, especially on a map like this. I'm not quite sure how a TVP would be played here in that situation. I mean, you could become Beach Boys and push that. We've seen that before. But with usually Russian mediums like 140s and T22s. Even saw Vickers doing it this season already, which didn't quite work out. But otherwise, I think only really the top side here near B and C is, or sorry, C and D, which is the only way really I could see these being used. So let's see what Loka does with them. Really intrigued to see. And yeah. BPS as well here with that Leopard T22 combination. Probably the T22 gonna be first and foremost near the B cap. The Leo right behind him at the bunker. That's usually how it is, and then the E5s and the Kran near the plane. That whole ridge line there with the CD shenanigan. So let's see what they do. Let's just wait and see what they do. Hit point advantage here ever so slightly in favor of Loka. And I have already been wrong. Cleo not going for the bunker. Instead, going to help with quick capping here on the C cap with Gaseo and Edgar. And Loka being very aggressive here with these TVPs. UT here managing to spot Evil and Kuma. Good shot there onto Vano. Where did he pen that? Straight on the cupola. Fantastic shot there on the move. And the Leo now going in the back here. After helping with the cap. Managed to get out there unscathed. And BPS, you know, very aggressive. That heat does not work, Edgar. That's a track. AP would have probably done it. Kuma there now taking a shot. And BPS really aggressive here on the side of D. With these E5s, hard pushing them. Really gaining a ton of map control right now. A now getting capped by the TVPs. Vano here being aggressive in the middle, and Kuma overlooking all of that. Has to be very careful not to get pushed out though. Already on the run. Gasio here, Amarag is rather unfortunate, but that's just the life of an E5. Evil here is gonna probably go down very soon. Edgar took a lot of damage there in quick succession. Phoenix here. Gonna get focused out rather quickly as well. Hit point advantage here. For BPS, and now also getting that first blood. Edgar here down to a potential one shot. Can they get out Vano? They can indeed. And now it's Playmaker here to do the job, but he bounced his shot instead. Kuma still alive here against these TVPs. Did get set on fire by UT though. And now it's Cleo here for the cleanup. Fox nearly done with the reload. Oh, the block. Ooh, that was close. Oh, look at that Ghosty there, able to help out. And this game will be going to BPS. Very strong first game here. Played by them, actually. And Loka just a bit out of position, really. The aggression that BPS was showing here. Very strong. Pushing this side here. Was a very smart decision, especially seeing as how they were rather split, having tanks over here and no one really in this middle section and just tanks there. Really didn't work out for them. And BPS took full advantage of that. Won the middle. They won the right side, and that just snowballed into the rest. Well played to BPS here for the first game. Although the double TVP didn't look that bad. It really did not look that bad. Tim, I already told you to message me on Discord. You goddamn idiot. I don't care what Naruto is saying. But yeah, BPS now on match point here. Taking that Leo yet again from Cleo. I think there's actually no tank difference. Other than Gasio this time, going for a Kran instead of an E5. Loka, what are you doing? Are we having a mirror matchup here? You're gonna see... Oh, not quite. Nope. Going for an extra Kran instead of an E5 here. But otherwise, this is mirrored entirely. What team is winning so far? Just look on the screen and tell by yourself. If not, look at the hit points or just who has more tanks or more points. One of those things will help you. And with that, slowly getting to a close here of the potential last timer of today, for our stream at least. It is BPS versus Loka, currently leading here 1-0. And with that, also on match point. Evil here with a rather unfortunate spawn. Unless he wants to go middle. Foxy is looking to be aggressive with his Leopard. Have him follow for a bit. See what he sees specifically. Oh. Let's find Kuma straight away and two more. Oh, and look at that aggression from Loka here. The reset not quite coming in time from Uni. Edgardo still taking a shot. And Loka here really applying some pressure. Taking this position immediately. But they are behind in caps. D has been capped quicker than C. And now we have Gasio here. Holding this location together with Ghosty. And Kami right behind. Fox now in the typical location you would normally see a Leo in. Same for Cleo. Mirroring each other. But yeah, not so much has happened. But Loka is taking more and more control of the map here. They're really being aggressive. Especially Phoenix here right now. Doesn't do any damage, but he's gaining a huge amount of control. Just in general, above BPS. Was slowly getting cornered here and slowly being cut in two. With this middle here being in full control of Loka. Evil Kuma and Cleo more or less isolated. But Loka is starting to be greedy here, starting to lose some very vital hit points. And the B camp here now happening. Not sure if they're gonna go through with it though. As BPS is now in full preparation of this. Uni is way too far out of position. Not sure what he is doing, but Loka is trying to play around this middle area here. But Uni is just totally out of position. And BPS takes full advantage of that. And they're starting to throw their tanks away. UT down there as well. Losing a quick amount of hit points there. We have the Kranwagen here losing a lot as well now in focus of BPS. Fox here trying his best to support him. And Playmaker on the other side as well. But Edgar able to pick him up here. Phoenix down very low. And Vano is also very isolated now. This game is going anywhere. But absolutely not in favor of Loka. 3 tanks down. No clears yet. Garcio here the first one. Edgar following soon after. But this is not looking very good for them right now. UT goes down. Kuma drops next. But this game is just not looking well. Bounce from Fox there. Really crucial shot on Kami. Does manage to clear him though. Fox here playing really nicely. Together with Playmaker. This is a 2v1 right now. Nice track shot. But in the greater scheme of things, this is a 3v2. Cleo though is a very hard one shot here. Look at that. Stealing D right under their nose. And Evil already on his way. He is a 2-shot. At least for Playmaker. Cleo here is playing this very passively. Playing this properly as well. This is how you should. Ooh, Cleo gets a good shot in on Ghosty. And with Evil joining in as well, and the most HP here being on Ghosty, this is not going to work out well for them. Playmaker here making the right thing. He's blocking, but Fox gets picked up by Evil here. And with that, BPS is going to win this one. Very strong game. Loka here again. Being too greedy. And all started with Uni pushing out in the open. Loka not following up with it. And BPS just managing to get control of the situation. But it went really close near the end. And congrats for the team of BPS here. Managing to grasp that match of 3rd place victory over Loka. And this one hasn't started yet, I don't think. It will be in a minute though. And with that, I will send you guys over to all the other streamers. You can watch either Aminet, either Fujit, or Wild One's Helper's Perspective if you would like. I'll end my stream here and say thank you to everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feedback is always appreciated if you have any. If I pronounce any names wrong, let me know on Discord as well. Thank you all for watching. And see you all again next time. Bye bye.